Let me show you the backsplash that we're going to work with. Now, there's a few things that we need to consider when we are working with this type of projects. The first one is that we, in this case, we had a really ugly wallpaper behind the walls and stuff like that. So we remove them, we remove all the glue, we remove all the debris and all the stuff, and it's fairly ready for our work. Now, as I look for what's going on, I can see that we have some cracks over here. We have some cracks over here and other places, so we need to make sure that all those cracks are covered with some tape to avoid any type of problems in the future. We don't want those tiles to crack up or do something like that. And the next thing that we need to do is to consider the type of material that we're going to work with and the surface. As you can see here, I have a new Formica counter, and look at this. I actually made a stone insert over here. Right, it's kind of cool. I'm not going to talk about it in the video too much, but you can put hot surfaces, hot materials and chop over here on top. It's a really cool thing. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the list of the things that we're going to need, and obviously covering all these surfaces as well so we don't scratch it. Okay, the tools that we're going to need are the following ones. We're going to need an applicator. Right? We have an applicator over here, an eighth by an eighth. Also, a adhesive, in this case a synthetic adhesive. We have the tile, a 1x1 stone tile that we're going to use. Some spatulas, very important to have a spatula so you can actually retrieve material clean, organized. A utility knife, some pencils, tape, the fiberglass tape to fix the cracks, some tape to actually cover the edges over here so we don't end up messing everything up. We don't need to cover all the way to the corner. We want to go ahead and just put it up to here. We're going to need also a square and sponge and rags to clean, pretty much just to protect the area, make sure that we can work really well. To start with, you want to make sure that you have all the power off. If you're uncomfortable with the outlets, you want to remove the outlet. You want to just loosen them up from the boxes to make sure that you can work up to the box. Also, I'm going to go ahead and correct the cracks, and we're going to go ahead and cover the edge of the counter, and pretty much just prepare the entire area to start working. Now that we have the area covered and those areas corrected, those cracks, we're going to go ahead and using the glue, we're going to go ahead and start spreading with 1/8 of an inch trowel. So we're going to go ahead and apply it over here and all this area, and now that we have the mosaics already here, we have obviously more. But we want to go ahead and start spreading the stuff. When you get to this section over here, obviously, spread the glue around it. But with the cheats, you want to make sure, instead of just making a little cut in the middle, you want to go ahead and remove the mosaics that correspond to that area, and I'll show you in a moment. But let's go ahead and spread all that and start installing our tiles. Now that we spread all the glue in this section, we want to go ahead, I forgot to include this in the list, is a grout applicator, squeegee, trowel. It's has some sort of a rubber on it. And we're going to go ahead and start installing our mosaics and we're going to start tapping them a little bit to make sure that everything is nice and level. Now notice that you have some space on the top. Some cases obviously are different than others because the heights are different. If you consider that it's too big, you want to go ahead and use a wet saw and cut it. But you have to consider that in this case we have a 1/4 of an inch on top. You will have to cut the pieces of 1/8 of an inch, install them all there, and make sure that you have the space so it looks good. Other than that, you can do what I'm going to do over here, which is adding the sanded grout instead of non-sanded. So sanded grout will be able to cover those sections for me. So I'm a little more concerned about leaving something really straight more than just kind of filling it up with tiles and you know making it look awkward and uneven. So let's continue with the installation of the rest. Once your surface is nice and dry, I left it drying for a day. Now we're going to go ahead and add the grout. In this case, this is a sanded grout. The color is called Biscuit. I don't know if everyone's here. Okay, Biscuit right there. And instead of water, I'm going to use this grout additive. This is an acrylic solution that is going to protect from algae, mold, mildew, and bacteria that cause odors and stuff like that. I'm going to leave a link so you can actually get one of these type of things. I mean, this is from the company Stain Master, but there are other companies that like Cold Grout Boost, the one that I normally use. I will leave a link over there if you need it. It's really important. You avoid a lot of headaches in the short future with it. So let's go ahead and mix it up using a clean bucket and use a drill to mix it up. Leave it fairly loose. Follow the specifications right there, and that's pretty much it. So let's continue. Una vez terminado, pueden limpiar bien la superficie, ya ajustarle los cables o los switches, los enchufes también. En este caso pues los cambié porque ya eran muy feos, muy viejos. Es mejor hacer eso ahora. Van a dejarlo secar un poco y después lo van a limpiar de pronto con un trapo seco, así como lo vieron allí. Entonces espero que este video les dé una idea de cómo pueden arreglar sus cocinas. Voy a retirarme un poco por acá, así lo pueden ver, ¿ya? Para que le queden unas cocinas elegantes y muy fácil de limpiar. Entonces, que esté muy bien, no se olviden de suscribirse, compartan con sus amigos. Si tienen preguntas, por favor háganlas, y si tienen alguna sugerencia o algún comentario que me puedan ayudar, pues con gusto voy a tomarlo bien. Que estén muy bien.